Oh, what happened? Oh, oh my god, the biggest punt from my opponent. Wow. Hello there. Thank you for clicking on this video. So, I didn't want to do this, but today we're taking a look at Boros Convoke. First off, I'm going to apologize right away. I'm still feeling under the weather, and so it's a little bit difficult to talk. My nose is all stuffed up and whatever else, so I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as possible without making too many mistakes. So, originally, I had planned to make a Asban Ketramos deck where you use that black-white god that draws a card every time you exile something from graveyard or battlefield. But I probably tried like 3 different types of decks, not just Abzan, but Orzhov as well, Orzhov Control, whatever. I couldn't get any of those decks to work. And I don't know if it's because I was feeling under the weather or because the decks just suck. But overall, I just ended up wasting an entire day of recording. So instead, I decided to go with a deck that I was pretty sure would get some wins, and that's Boros Convoke. So one of the big upgrades is that we got the Sunbillow Verge, so the lands are a little bit more consistent now. And then we have 2 other new cards. We have Nesting Bot and Voyager Glidecar. So Nesting Bot is a 1 mana 1/1 artifact creature robot. That's the important part. It's an artifact creature. It has Start Your Engines. When this creature dies, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. And when you have max speed, this creature gets +1/+0. We're not too worried about the max speed portion of it. Mainly, it's just a 1 mana artifact creature that also creates another artifact creature when it dies. So you can sacrifice the Gleeful Demolition, make 3 goblins, and then you can sacrifice the other token to make more goblins if, you know, you had 2 Gleeful Demolitions in hand. The other card, Voyager Glidecar, it's a 2/3 artifact vehicle, and when this vehicle enters, you scry 1. Tap 3 other untapped creatures you control until end of turn. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature and gains flying. Put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then it has a crew for 1. So you don't have to tap down 3 creatures to make this into a creature. You can crew it for 1. But the benefits of tapping down 3 creatures is that you get to 1, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then 2, it gains flying. So you can do this at instant speed. So if you have the creatures, but for some reason you can't attack in, at the end of your opponent's end step, you can always just activate your Voyager Glidecar and start pumping it up then. And then when you're ready to attack, hopefully it'd be a pretty big creature and you can give it flying and attack in. Either way, I was pleasantly surprised by this card. I think it's a good addition to Boros Convoke. Aside from that, the rest of it is your typical Convoke deck for Knight Errant of Eos. We got Novice Inspector, One in the Inner Sky, and 2 copies of Clockwork Percussionist as your 1-drops. We got Resolute Reinforcements as your 2-drop, as well as 4 copies of Case of Gateway Express as your removal. And then 2 Sanguine Evangelists, 2 Amin Pakals, and 4 Imodane Recruiters. Yeah, that's the deck in a nutshell, so without any further ado, let's just get to the games. Hopefully the updated Convoke deck is good, but this is a really bad hand. This is better. Alright. I guess it's one of the Resolute Reinforcements. We don't have a whole lot of speed synergy in this deck. Nesting Bot, we're just using it for, it's a good fodder to the Gleeful Demolition, as well as makes for a good blocker, attacker, whatever. If it gets killed, it still leaves a creature behind. And next turn, we'll probably just Knight Errant Eos. This turn, we'll flash in Resolute Reinforcements. Looks like we're against Esper. Most likely Esper Enchantments. Okay. We'll just tap down all 3 creatures. And I guess Warden into Recruiter. Let's see what the opponent has. Assuming most like... Oh, Okay, so they're a combo deck. Okay, they're either a mill deck or one of those friggin' enchantment I can never pronounce correctly. That's a lot of Imadane's recruiters. Alright. Well, I think we just go for it. That 1/4 actually is a pretty good blocker, but so what I could do, I don't mind attacking with the nesting bot, do I? Yeah, there we go. Another Knight of Eos? Sure, why not? And they'll probably block the 5/4, I assume. And if we can get one turn with no blockers, we got a pretty good attack in the next turn. We don't have to, I guess, Knight and Eos next turn. We can do another recruiter, depending on what the opponent does. But one more Imadane's recruiter I think is a lethal attack if they have no blockers. Ooh, they're using the new lands. I thought about getting these, but it's pretty expensive, like even for just the cosmetic. Zombify, okay. Alright. Okay. Well, in this case, let's see. They block the Eos, and then they take 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. This is just lethal. Next, all attack. Yep. Yep, Boros Convoke still has it. Alright, on the draw. This is kind of a questionable hand. Fortunately, turn 1 into Nesting Bot into Warden isn't that great, but I'm going to keep this. I'm hoping we draw a better turn 2 play. Not what I was hoping for, but we can do a turn 3 Case of the Gateway Express to remove one of their creatures, probably. Okay, so this is the burn type of deck. I'm just going to go ahead and block. Prevent a little bit of damage. Alright, I think we do it this way. I would like to attack in, but do I Warden? I think we have to see if we can get our third land. And just kind of take our lumps for this turn. That's a little bit surprising. Hey, we got our land. Go ahead and play our case. Monstrous Rage. We should have played our Warden first. That was a pretty big mistake, but at least we got them to waste their rage. And now we solve our case. And we have a pretty big turn next turn. Opponent didn't really do a whole lot last turn. Next turn, we are attacking in for lethal. If our opponent doesn't leave up any blockers. Kind of wondering if they're just waiting for a third land. Bolt Wave. Attack in, nothing. Interesting. Well, maybe they have... Oh, there was no stick whatsoever. So, yeah, I guess that was it. I might have to record a bunch of games if they're all going to go like this. Alright, on the play with a... this is a decent hand. It's no turn 2 Knight of Errant, but... yeah, I can keep this. Nesting Bot is a pretty good turn 1. Opponent plays out a Restless Cottage. So, a bit of a slower, I guess, Golgari deck. Nope. They're playing, I always forget the color combination names, but black, green, white. Alright. I'm just gonna... Inspector... I'm wondering if I should just leave the Nesting Bot untapped so I can attack in with it. Or do I don't know, I think I go for the 4, and that way if I get a 1-drop, I can still play it. Ooh. That's pretty bad. But we got one hell of an attack next turn, depending on what the opponent does. Okay. Alright, 2, 4. Now, the question is, do we go for Ward in the Inner Sky or Mundane's Recruiter? I mean, I guess we could technically go for both. We have a decent attack next turn. Opponent might have another type of sweeper. Pest control, huh? Okay. I don't think that's gonna save him. Alright. Yeah, I think I mentioned it in my Goblins deck, but right now, just going wide is pretty good because there's not a whole lot of sweepers, although this opponent did play Pest Control. Alright, on the play with, I think this is a decent hand. We can go into a Nesting Bot, and next turn we can attack in and then sacrifice Nesting Bot to Gleeful Demolition. Only thing that we're missing would be like a Knight Errant Eos. Opponent plays Restless Ridgeline. Could be a few things, but here I'm gonna play up the plains. I guess it's Voyager. Warden. I think it's a little bit late for Warden. Gleeful Demolition. And then we're actually going to do this now. Actually, do I want to do it on their turn? Yeah, I might want to do it instant speed. But basically, you can tap down 3 creatures and put a +1/+1 counter on the glide car. Oh, we're against dinosaurs. Okay. Alright. Play out the Verge. Just do it again. One attack. And play out the Evangelist. End turn. Okay, opponent plays out the Lore Keeper. Taps for mana. Mana War Elves. So they got all their mana dorks. Alright, so they have 3 blockers. I can play the Novice Inspector, crew the... Alright, opponent... opponent didn't think that they could win that, so I just want to take another look. We can attack in for 7 in the air, and then 3 creatures would get blocked, then 3 more would get in. So, and each one would be doing 2, so 13. So we would have had the opponent at 1, and they would have lost all their creatures. Alright, on the draw with questionable hand. No turn to play, other than like play a second Warden. But 2 Imodane's Recruiter in hand is pretty good. I want to keep this for science sake. And we drew a nesting bot. So next turn, we could technically play both Wardens and then activate one of the Wardens. Opponent is playing Molt Tender. So, Golgari... Oh, no. They're playing... Okay. Treasure's Insight. They're playing Insidious Roots. That's pretty good. Treasure's Insight actually gets the Insidious... Wait, does it? Yeah. No, Artifact. Put an artifact creature or land, so never mind. Not good. I'm gonna Warden, Nesting Bot, activate Warden, and we want a 3rd land, not a 3rd Imodane's Recruiter. And we're not too worried about reaching max speed. Nesting Bot's the only thing that actually benefits from max speed. Okay, opponent plays Tyvar. Do they have any? Yeah. They just milled 2 of their Insidious Roots. My question is, do they have a way to get Insidious Roots? Alright. Did not draw the land. So instead, I'm gonna play out these creatures. Tap, tap. We need that 3rd land before we get a 3-mana creature. And we're just gonna attack all in. Go here and here like that. They don't actually block. Speed goes up though. Opponent plays Underground Mortuary and surveils a shadowy backstreet. They have a lot of mana available between the Molt Tenders and, you know, their lands. So they play out Overlord of the Bilmerk. Overlord of the Belmark does not have flying. Oh, found our third land. I think here we do this. 1, 2, 3. We do not need the fourth land. 1, 2, 3. We do want that though. Attack for 1. On the turn, we can jump block with Nesting Bot, or we can actually opponent plays Typhar. I'm thinking Warden of the Inner Sky can block Overlord of the Belmark. Now they have a flyer. They play out the Maverick. That is a lot of blockers. A lot of flying blockers. Alright. So I was going to use the case to kill the Overlord Belmark, but I might just kill one of the fairies. Because I don't think they have a very good attack in with the Overlord of the Belmark. But I think, no, actually, I'm going to get rid of the Belmark. And then attack in with 1, 2, 3. Sure, I'll take another one. Alright. And I want to solve the case, so I'm going to attack him with these 3. Yep. Yep. Ooh, we got max speed and solved our case. I don't think we need any blockers. Alright. Judge's Insight. They could get a land or a creature. They get the Molt Tender. They gain 2 life. So they can sacrifice... They can remove a lot of creatures. They can gain a lot of life by removing creatures from their graveyard. Alright. Ketchamos is a little bit annoying. We're back up to 20. Okay. They don't have any flyers right now. And I have no way to exile a god.
You've got this.
Okay, now they have Dream Thief. Which is fine. It's fine. We will... kill the fairy. I will, 1, 2, 3. Not really what I'm looking for. That goes there, and that goes there.
So long as evil lives, so will I.
In the turn. Alright. Opponent can still gain a lot of life. Oh, jeez. It's funny because this is the deck that I was trying to build and just did not go over too well. The opponent's doing a lot better job with this deck than I did. Brawler. Jesus, that's so many, that's so many Tyvars. Well, gas can't really block, so it's not much. Oh, they're gonna attack in? I mean, I will go with the no blocks. Nine. Alright, so we're just gonna go for it. We need to get their life down as low as possible. And the more they block, like, they can't really afford to block with the Molt Tenders too much. Maybe one Molt Tender can block. Sanguine Evangelist makes a flyer. They can't -2 the Tyvar, but I guess they can play the Overlord to get their flyer back. Okay. One, two, three. Submit 3. Nope, not what we're looking for. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure what we're looking for, but I don't know if Ketchumos can afford to attack this turn. Hold on, somebody is at the door. Alright. I'm back. And situated. Alright. What's going on? When played a Lamb, played Overlord, they got the Dream Thief back. And played it out. Okay. Bloodghast. Jeez.
Take my hand.
We need to get rid of Tyvar again, don't we? I got the Soul Cauldron, okay. whenever I played this deck, right, I always went up against other decks that just wiped the board, exiled my god, and I just couldn't get anything to stick. So it kind of aggravates me that my opponent here is going off. No blocks. Land. Okay, well. Trying to think here. Even if... Yeah, I don't think I'm going to survive this. My 7. I have no lifelink. They have 1, 2, 3... Oh, they only have 3 blockers? I don't think I can do 31 damage, though. Ah, screw it. Leroy Jenkins. So if the opponent didn't have 3 Judges inside out and gaining crazy amount of life, I think we would have won this. Yeah. Let's see what we draw. Well, all they have to do is attack all in. Another Dredger's inside. Jeez. They're just gonna gain all that life back again. I wonder how many blood gas they're running. Oh, what happened? Oh! I did not... Okay, what? Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a +1/+1 count on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. What just happened? Oh, they drew with Ketramos. All they had to do was attack in. What? All they had to do was attack all. Right? Because the 3 blood gas, that's 6 damage right there. And I only had 2 blockers. Ketramos has Menace. So I would have had to double block Ketramos or block 2 blood gas, right? But Ketramos by itself does 6 damage. And then all they need is 1 more creature to come through. So if they attacked in with the Molt Tenders, the Ketramos, and the 3 blood gas, they would have won. Oh my god, the biggest punt from my opponent. Wow. All of that, like all that work just to lose. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Pop593. Oh jeez. So I just wanted to add, I got a achievement, Militious, have an opponent lose a game by drawing from an empty library. I didn't expect to get the Mill achievement playing Boros Convoke. Interesting. It's definitely weak turns, but I think, all right, on the play, we can go turn 1 Warden into turn 2 Reinforcements and then activate the Warden and maybe scry into something better. You know, unless opponent plays black and cuts down my Warden. Or Disfigure. That's also a thing. Ooh, Gleeful Demolition and no artifacts. That's always fun. Opponent is playing Rakdos something. Okay. Rakdos Sacrifice seems like. There's the Reinforcements. Warden of the Inner Sky. And then Convoke. Yep. I guess I'll take those too. Wow. Just for 4 damage? That seems like a really... Oh, and then they sacrifice it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh. Oh. Alright. I don't quite have the mana to play Novice Inspector and Nesting Bot, but I can play the Nesting Bot. Gleeful Demolition. One, two, three. Clockwork. I think I want something better. And then Gleeful Demolition. 1, 2, 3. Lands is not it either. And then we just attack in. And hope the opponent doesn't have a Brotherhood's End. Furnace Rains. Okay, so this is just a steal your opponent's creatures and sacrifice for card draw. But I think they're dead next turn. Yeah, so they're just dead. Even got the Novice Inspector in there. I'll attack. Boom. Quick and easy. On the draw. Man, Ward in the Inner Sky really loves being in my opening hand. Alright, well, I don't know. I guess this is keepable, and like I said with my last hand, we can just activate Ward in the Inner Sky. Next turn, play out 2 Wardens and then just tap them down. Playing Nesting Bot just in case they have a removal. They'll leave a creature behind. But now we have Gleeful Demolition. So that changes things a little bit, right? So this means I can do this. Get my speed up. Play Warden. Gleeful Demolition. Also, it looks like we're up against Selesnya of the Beanstalk, so probably a Zur Overlord type of deck, right? Ning Pakal. Sure. I'll leave that up. Opponent doesn't play anything. Which makes me think that they probably just have removal. So I'll play it. Or they don't have anything at all. Well, they just have Rights End. Which kind of sucks. But as long as the opponent doesn't wipe the board... I was gonna say, as long as the opponent doesn't wipe the board, I think we have lethal next turn. I guess, yeah, sure, I had fun. Ooh, 1-lander. Can we keep a 1-lander? I don't think so. On the play. I don't really want to mulligan on the play either, but... Alright, I can't keep a 1-lander. This I can keep, and I guess we're just shipping Anim Pakal. This is a really bad hand, too. If we don't have a turn 2 play, we have Knight Errant of Eos just stuck in our hand. But I can't go any lower than this. I could just ship 1 land and hope that we draw another one. Is that the play? I feel like if I do that... okay, we'll go for it. This is probably going to be the game where we have nothing but 3 drops and higher stuck in our hand and we never draw that 3rd land. Gorehound. Okay, well, we drew the land. Go ahead and attack in. So this is probably the Orzhov Sacrifice deck. I didn't have much luck with this. Though, to be honest, my build was probably not very... Oh no, this is the life gain version. Okay, I do believe the life gain version is a little bit better. But I think the life gain version just had a little bit more time to get refined, whereas the Sacrifice version is probably still being worked on because it's using a lot of new cards. Or a couple of new cards. Alright. Guess, I mean, Pakal. All attack. Yep. We get our -3. Next turn. They're going to be gaining a lot of life. Yeah, I think our hand was just a bit too slow. And they don't even have to attack in this turn. They have a lot of life gain, a lot of ways to get through their deck, but they don't have ways to win quite yet. Okay, the Voyager Glide card is interesting. We do this. We do this. Do we want Clockwork Percussionist? Not really what we want. Turn 3, that's like a turn 1 play, right? Do we attack in? Yeah, I think we attack in and hold off on getting the value out of the Voyager Glide car, because I think we need to go a little bit wider. And then we can actually just do this. Sure. That's something I wouldn't mind. Though filling up their graveyard isn't really that great, man. They really have a lot of ways to gain life right now. Okay, Celestial Core needs to get removed next turn. So if they're playing Celestial Core, they are playing some sort of removal, right? Yeah. Either way. Okay, we're doing this. And then, what's the best way to do this? I have one blocker. Four, 5. And then attack in with the Voyage Glide car. Yeah, okay. Just trying to get some value here. That's cool. Our life is a little low. But like I said, I'm trying to create a wide board. Not a lot of blocks they can make right now. So hopefully they don't have the Raise the Past yet. But they might. Oh, okay. Are we dead? I think we're dead. I think we're dead. Yeah, okay. Unfortunate. They saved the Starscape Cleric for good timing. And I think that's a good place to stop the recording. I just got a call from my wife, so I gotta call her back. Anyways, to the ending of this video thing. Breakdown, there we go. And that concludes the gameplay portion of the video. Yeah, so Boros Convoke. It does the Boros Convoke things. It wins, it goes wide, and you pump up the creatures, and you know, go in and attack and win. It's a good aggressive deck, and like I said in my Goblins deck, if the meta is still on a 1-for-1 removal, any sort of go wide strategy is going to work out pretty well. With that being said, any sort of control deck, if sweepers and things like that become more popular, what's that one card? Temporary lockdown, things like that is just going to kill this deck. So really depends on what meta you're seeing, if this deck will be a viable deck for you or not. Also, it might be worth experimenting with other new cards and different, like maybe go up on number of Voyager Glide card or just remove Anim Pakal. I don't know. There's a lot more experimentation to be had with this deck and to see if it's still any good or if there's any ways to improve it. So, looking forward to that, I guess. And yay, more Convoke. Hope you guys are ready for this meta. That's all I have to say. Thank you for watching this video. I greatly appreciate your support. And remember, have fun playing Magic. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.